like that.
Be shooting at you at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And who would know where I was at?
Exactly.
Like, I wasn't
and
like you.
Know her car.
You can't see in my car, and then it's not like I was sitting straight up in her car. And then like if she did set me up, like she did it with the wrong people because they didn't kill Chelsea.
Anything.
Man.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us at hookah_anonymous_. Alright, we're able to be a little more uncensored, a little more explicit, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So make sure you head on down to Instagram once again and follow us at hookah_anonymous_. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, what a day, what a day, what a day. Now, I told y'all before that I didn't really want to speak too much on the FBG Cash situation because yes, we know that some type of foul play has gone on, but when it comes to sitting here pointing fingers, saying it was this one, that one, we can't do that. Because for one, it's not that much information surfacing out there, and for two, let's be real, none of us really knows what happened. Alright, we can't say it was this, we can't say it was that person, because nobody really knows what happens. At the end of the day, we could only say what we feel happened or point out the obvious foul play or things that we see that is kind of fishy, right? Now, the internet is going crazy. My DMs has been going crazy with this video that's been put out. It's really an audio of your boy FBG Cash detailing a situation that happened shortly before he actually passed away. All right. Now, I encourage everyone to go to Drea O's audio that she put up and listen to the audio of FBG Cash explaining an attempt on his life days or weeks. I think it was 2 weeks before actually being killed. I left a link to the actual video in the comments, and I made clips of the key parts of the audio on our Instagram as well. So I'll leave a link to that as well in the comments so y'all can check it out. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, all right, what I got from the audio and so forth. Moral of the story: leave them IG models alone. I've always said this in the past. Them IG models, they just not it. Leave them alone. You don't know them. You don't know where they came from. You don't know their motive. You don't know their agenda. None of that. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the audio, right? First and foremost, when you listen to the audio, it's crazy how Cash was killed the same exact way they attempted to kill him the very first time. And I personally feel that it's not by any coincidence at all. Alright. However, for some reason during the interview, it seems like Cash was nonchalant, that the whole thing could have been a setup, because he kept expressing that the suspects was trying to get her instead of him. But I think if he was able to speak now, after seeing how everything played out and went down the fatal day that he was actually killed, he'll have a whole different point of view, right? Now, he explains that an attempt was on his life a week or two before he was actually killed, and he spoke about it on Drea O's show. And ironically, it happened to transpire the same exact way he was actually killed. It involved him being in a car, similar situation, but at that time he ended up getting kind of lucky. Now, also, he explains that once again he was with a female, all right, at the time of the shooting before. Alright, now I know y'all swear everything is a coincidence or a conspiracy, but what's the odds that this man was with yet another female? We don't know if it was the same female. However, we know it was with a female both times in a similar situation where he was shot at. Alright, not to mention he was killed at 5 in the morning, and everything transpired when it was an attempt on his life at 4 in the morning, almost 5 in the morning. So pretty much the same scenario, same situation in which everything transpired. Now, he then explains that when the shooting occurred, he was at the girl's house first at like 4:20 in the morning. All right, y'all see where I'm going? Do y'all see the similarities? All right. Listen to what he said happened. He said he was with the girl at her house. Her phone kept ringing, and she said her boyfriend kept calling. Right. She then said, "Oh my God, I hope he don't come over here." Alright, now if you ask me, that was the first red flag and should have been a sign for Cash to pretty much leave. Not because he's scared or none of that, but because that sounds like she was already plotting and setting something up. Just think about it. Oh my God, I hope he don't come over here. Let's be real. Alright, that sounds like she knew something was about to transpire, but like tried to cover her own self. Right? But on the other end, I don't know why Cash didn't just take it upon himself to leave her, instead of trying to bring her to his crib as well. Right? Some guys think it's a sign of weakness if a girl say a man is coming and then they decide to leave, but it's not. It's called being smart. All right? So you don't get caught up in situations like this, for one, and for two, I don't need to prove nothing. I already got his girl. So to avoid all problems, I'ma just leave. Simple. Right? So now he also expressed that she suddenly started saying that he has keys to the house. She forgot that she gave him. You see what I'm saying? Nothing just made sense. She forgot that suddenly she gave him keys to the house and then said, "Oh my God, I hope he doesn't come over here." Right? Now get this, y'all. Cash says that they finally decide to leave, and as they're on their way to his house, he's in the passenger seat and he hears her say, "Dang, they always on me." Alright, like dang, they always on me, or whatever the case may be. He's thinking it's the cops, but it wasn't, so he paid it no mind. He also expressed that he's always in his phone if he's not driving. I'm gonna tell you right now, that right there is a no-no. That right, especially somebody of Cash's caliber, you gotta be aware and on point 24/7. However, for her to say that, she must have already knew that, who it was behind her. Of course, she was just setting everything up pretty much. He said before he knew it, shots started ringing out. And it kind of startled him. Now also peep this, right? What a coincidence that during the first attempt, he explains how the only reason he really didn't get hit was because he lowered his seat all the way back, which may have helped him. But the girl he was with, right? Why wasn't she hit at all and she was sitting straight up? It was nowhere for her to go. You see what I'm saying? She was already driving. She wasn't laid back on her seat. No, none of that. She was sitting straight up. Similar to the fatal day he was killed, where the police report tell us actually that it was two other guys and a female with him. But yet the girl suffered minor injuries. Cash died, and we don't even hear about the other two guys that were supposedly there. Right? So it seems to me that in both instances, Cash was the target. In both situations, Cash was in fact the target. It was nothing about he's with my girl. Nah, he was targeted. Don't even think about trying to run with the narrative, guys. That's because Cash was with this man's girl. Let me tell you right now, nobody just come out of nowhere shooting like that because someone is with their girl. So we not even gonna go and sit there and act like it's because he was with this man's girl. We just not gonna do that. And if that was the case, he would have shot and killed her as well during the first attempt. All right. Now, there's a part in the audio where Cash explains the shooting, and he says that he feels like the guy got out of the car and was walking all around the car shooting, trying to hit him. But here's my thing, right? How did he get time to get out of his car, then be able to walk around that car shooting with her being so calm to just sit there? If you in the car and someone gets out shooting, first off, you don't got time to see if it's someone you know. You ain't even got time to identify who it is. Who even cares at that point? So if someone's shooting at your car, why isn't your first instinct to drive off? You see what I'm saying? There's no time to sit there. Now, she eventually drove off, as he explained, because I guess he said he tried to move out the car or whatever because he thought she was hit. But like I said, if her first instinct isn't to drive off, 9 times out of 10, it was a setup and Cash was the target the whole time. And let's be real, he claims that the girl he was with was an IG model, who he took out like 3 times prior to that incident happening. So it's possible it could have been a setup. Very possible the first time. And as the audio goes along, Cash says the same thing that I mentioned earlier in this video and other videos pertaining to his death. How did they know that he was even in the car to begin with? Right? He explained that his seat was all the way back. I think she had fish bowls. It wasn't like, she had 10 or anything. But you don't just come up to the car shooting if you don't know if somebody's in that car already. You see what I'm saying? Really think about it. If you coming out to do harm to anybody, you don't just come to a car that you don't even know if it's carrying a person that you're trying to do harm to. So 9 times out of 10, if he wasn't trying to get Cash, he was trying to get her. But if she comes out of the whole situation unscathed, then what does that tell you? And when you listen to the audio, Cash actually brought up that point, right? How did they know he was even in the car? But some way, somehow, Cash to me still seemed like he was nonchalant that they was even coming for him. I don't know if maybe he really felt that it wasn't intended for him. But from the outside looking in and hearing the audio and him explaining the story, it seemed like all hands, all fingers point to her setting the man up. Not to mention, he explained that after the whole situation happened, he kind of left her alone. And she was sitting there still hitting him up, talking about, are you in Atlanta? I'll come to pick you. I'm coming to see you. Whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? And matter of fact, now that I think about it too, 4 a.m, right? Because he actually passed away at 5 something in the morning. The attempt on his life before was at 4 something in the morning. So you see there's a pattern. Somebody knew his patterns. All right. And let's be real. At 4 a.m, no one's coming out their house to do a drill that early in the morning unless they know for sure they got the drop. And if you know, I ain't going to get too deep in that, but you know what I'm talking about. And he mentioned that it literally happened the day I think he got to Chicago or something like that. And see, this is another thing that I pay attention to, right? A lot of people don't understand technology these days. A lot of people think that just because the engineer did a live video and it had Cash in it, I think the engineer, if I'm not mistaken, said it was days old, whatever the case may be. Think past the engineer, right? Whoever he was with, because it's seeming like every time he's with a female or somebody, period, he's getting shot at. Cash is not getting shot at when he's by himself. But when he's with a female or whoever else he's with, he seems to get shot at every time. Not every time, but you get what I'm saying, right? It always occurs when he has somebody with him. Now, technology tells me this. She ain't got to drop his load. No dude got to drop his load, say, yo, Cash is here, hurry up. Nah. You see what I'm saying? They don't got to do that. Y'all got to remember, they got things like air tags. They got things like women sharing locations to where you could drop somebody's load like that. As long as you with that person and they know that you with whoever they trying to get, all they gotta do is follow the coordinates. Wherever you go, that air tag goes. Wherever you goes, your share location goes. It tells you where you at, what time, all that. Technology is different, man. I always tell people, at the end of the day, you could use it for positive, you could use it for negative. When you use it for negative, it could be dangerous, it could be detrimental. Watch who you surround yourself with, man. And to hear that he found her on social media, that just clarifies everything. Of course, it's a no-brainer. You see what I'm saying? She probably thought she came up on a lick or something like that. However it went down, man. And then you gotta remember, we don't know if it was the same female from the first time that was there the second time as well. Who knows, man? Just watch who you surround yourself with. And also, right, something else we gotta pay attention to. Like I explained in previous videos, I don't know who did what. I'm only here to point out the matters that don't make sense to me and the things that seem to be foul play, right? Now, he explained that when he was shot at a week prior or 2 weeks prior, not only did he also have a female with him as well, But however, he happened to be leaving a certain studio, a certain record label's studio. And if y'all pay attention to the audio or you watch the audio, you know exactly which record label I'm talking about. Both situations, both instances, he was leaving this particular record label's studio. Alright, so like I said, pay attention, man. Both times he had a female with him, and both times he happened to be leaving a certain record label studio, and then both times he was they attempted to take his life around the same time. Then he explained that, and pay attention, he explained that he was at the girl house around 4:20, or they left the house around 4:20. About 4:40, that's when everything happened the first time. 20 minutes later, let's be real, man. Listen, man, I know y'all hate, some of y'all hate to believe the truth. Y'all want to call it a conspiracy. It is what it is, man. Just take everything with a grain of salt. Do your own research or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna leave it there for now. How about y'all jump in the comments, man? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this audio. I'm gonna leave a link to it in the comments below so y'all can check it out yourselves, and then come back and let me know how y'all feel. Because at the end of the day, when you listen to that audio, the man literally explained his death. The man literally explained his death, from the timing, from being with whoever he was with, a girl, from leaving a certain record label's studio, to being in a car once again, the time. Come on, man. You gotta call a spade a spade. It is what it is, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.